Hello world, it's Rational Pi. I'm here today with another 5 things on IFL Science. Um, we are going to go ahead and just start off today with something that I didn't find on IFL Science. This is something that's been kind of national news recently, and that is the Ashley Madison hack. Now there's 3 points that I want to make with this. This is going to be our headline story today. 1. This is the importance of cybersecurity. Obviously, stuff like this is always going to happen. Hackers are going to hack. Social media is just a prime source of hackers to try to get information about people and what they're trying to do about them, trying to get their information. Social media, for those of you who are not actively monitoring their social media, start doing that now. This is just kind of an extra case of you really need to pay attention to what you're doing online. No matter what you put online, it will always come back to you one way or another. You cannot delete things off the internet, no matter how much you try. It's just not going to happen. My second point is, I may not be a super religious person, but I took the vows that I took at the altar whenever I married my wife very seriously, and I'm a happily married wife. Or I'm happily married. I am not a wife. I am a man, and I'm not married to another man. So, anyway, and again, I'm happily married, so I don't understand why anybody, let alone the last I heard, 40 million people would be found on this website to be able to be hacked. It's mind-boggling. I understand that there's some people out there that are in relationships where swinging and stuff like that is okay, and that's fine. You know, as long as you're open and honest with your husband or wife or your girlfriend or whatever, and 2 consenting adults or more consenting adults, if you're into that, then whatever, it's fine. But it's the people that are in marriages that's not okay. That bothers me. These people have now gone on to this website, and even if they didn't do anything, they still broke their partner's trust. I know if my name had been on there, which it's not, my wife already checked, my marriage would probably be over. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of marriages over within the next several weeks. And it's unfortunate. The third point I want to make is, this is a worldwide website, if I understand right, and there are countries out there that homosexuality is illegal and can be punishable by death. So some of these names of people are men or women looking for other men or women to have a homosexual relationship or fling with. So in these countries, these people can now be hunted out and killed because of this. So while vigilante justice or hacker justice, whatever you want to call it, may be good for some things, like busting people who are cheating in their relationships, it could also be very harmful for the same people you're trying to bust at the same time. It can be like deathly for some people. So the next time you plan on hacking a major website, think about things like that. I understand if you're probably watching this, you're probably not going to go out there and hack a major website, but there's a lot of collateral damage that goes involved. You're not just out there spreading names of people who have cheated. You're potentially putting a lot of people in legal trouble, and even people facing the death penalty because of what they're doing in the bedroom. So something to think about there. I'm quite disgusted on everybody's part in this, the people that are signed up to the website, the people who hacked the website itself for A, existing, and B, being able to be hacked so easily. But hey, only in America. Anyway, let's move on to our other IFL Science articles that we found. So the first one, proposed Spaceliner could take you from Europe to Australia in 90 minutes. Well, with current technology, I'm just going to go ahead and read this first line here. With current technology, the shortest journey from Europe to Sydney, Australia, is around 30 hours. Well, this new proposed technology would be 90 minutes, which for those of you who are not good at math, it's a lot faster. So you go from 30 hours to 1.5 hours effectively. So that's really, really good compared to current standards. What the idea is to have this rocket that has 11 boosters, and it goes up past the stratosphere, and it's going to utilize the Earth's spin and utilize a set 11 rockets to go from Europe to Australia in an hour and a half. There's not a whole lot more to add here outside of this is a really neat thing that they're building. It's going to be powered by liquid oxygen and hydrogen, with the only waste of this being water. So that's another interesting aspect to this. Oh, and there was the safety feature, and I'm going to go ahead and read this straight out. The passenger segment of the craft is able to separate from the rest of the vehicle and return safely to Earth in case of an emergency. So it has a lot of really neat substructures within this rocket that is going to not only make it fast, but also make it extremely safe, not only for the people riding, but for the environment. So this is a great aerospace engineering breakthrough. If they're able to do something like this, it could really change the way that not space travel, but airline travel is concerned. I'm not sure how it would affect current airplanes and their current way that they're being handled. But I do imagine in the future, if something like this is successful, then going from continent to continent could be changing drastically. Our next one, talking to Mars. New antenna design could add interplanetary communication. So from what I've read of this, the idea is it's an array, and here's the graphic I was looking for. It's an array of antennas, and every antenna is kind of boosting the communication ability of the antenna from the other planet to Earth. And the idea is that right now the rovers on Mars, they can only communicate with the Earth for twice a day for 15 minutes apiece. And whenever you think of antennas, you think of the bunny ears, but no, these are actually just little cubes. And here is a gentleman holding one of the arrays here. Looks like one of the researchers. And right now it goes from the Mars rover to a reconnaissance orbiter around Mars and then back to Earth. However, with this idea, it can go straight from Mars to Earth without the middleman. So it cuts down a lot on the relay lag and a lot on the ability to have continuous communication rather than just 2 times 15 minutes a day. So it looks like there is some requirements for the antenna to work on a future rover, and that it must be lightweight and must run on the perspective power available for radio transmissions, around 100 watts, the same used by a bright incandescent light bulb, and it must be aligned with Earth's antenna. So it can't be offset, it has to be directly aligned. A robotic supporting arm called a gimbal can mechanically position the antenna. That way the antenna can always be aligned with the Earth antenna and not lose that position. The Curiosity mission uses similar gimbal to steer its high gain antenna. So it's a really neat communication tool. This could be something used potentially with ships in the ISS that goes past Mars, even ones that go past the solar system. Maybe something like this can work out. It can really affect our ability to space travel and have good communication with our ships moving forward. So this is one that I was really interested in. The new brain-inspired chip can perform 46 billion synaptic operations per second. So IBM researchers have not built an artificial brain per se. They built an array of chips that behave and are inspired by the brain. And they were able to create 48 million artificial nerve cells, which, as I read above, can perform 48 billion synaptic operations per second. I'm really intrigued on where they're able to take this. The current brain structure that they've had can be similar to a small rodent. It's nowhere near as complex as the human brain. Being able to create something artificially that's as complex as the human brain is going to be a major undertaking. But this is a huge step forward, and it's a really neat artificial intelligence technology that they're building, as well as an ability for us to understand more of the brain. The last thing I want to talk about today is the artificial leaf reaches the best level of solar energy efficiency yet. So what artificial leaves are, they take carbon dioxide and they break it down into glucose and water. Previous high levels of performance have just been 18%, but now with the new leaf that they've been creating, it's an impressive 22%. It's still not viable financially, but it is a good step in the right direction. If they can create and mass produce a artificial leaf that has, say, 50% efficiency, then that can really cut down carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and really help eliminate those greenhouse effects that's happening on Earth. So those are the 5 things I found interesting on I Fucking Love Science. All the information's down in the descriptions below. A like and subscribe is always appreciative. If you guys have any comments or anything that you'd like for me to cover, please let me know below. If you want to hear me talk more about a specific subject, I'll be more than happy to do so. I generally try to pick one headliner piece, and then I go into 4 smaller stories, and that's going to be the way I do it until something is suggested. Otherwise, I'm always up for suggestions, so I'd love to hear back from you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.